the idea they had for this attack, and then years later they decide like, okay, well, this should just only be +4 on counter hit. What's up guys, TheMainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always, and welcome to a breakdown of Kazumi in Season 4. But before I start, I actually want to wholeheartedly promote another content creator. And his name is Peter Y. Mao. And I've actually pushed him before on previous videos, and I'm gonna do it again. A lot of people really enjoyed a video I did like 2 weeks ago where I talked about beginner and intermediate players and how you shouldn't look at guys like me or JDCR in how to get out of like green ranks, for example. A lot of people enjoyed that, and if you enjoy content that is directed towards beginners and intermediates, Peter Y. Mao is like the ideal content creator. He makes very, very thoughtful videos. He's a smart guy. He has a background in animation and being a digital artist, so everything is so well presented, and he just knows what he's talking about. And he makes videos on like green ranks, yellow ranks, beginner ranks, like very, very viable information for you guys. So in my opinion, subscribe to him and check out his stuff. It is really, really good. But now let's get into Kazumi in Season 4. And Kazumi has got some interesting stuff going for her in Season 4, and they've yet again, just like in Season 3, they've nerfed some of her key attacks. You know, key moves. It's quite interesting. But they want to promote Fearless Warrior quite a bit, and they've given her the Lightning Flash while running 1, which is her new move. And this move, as you can see, is +7 on block. When it connects, it knocks them down for a guaranteed while running 2 for 50 damage. That is really, really chunky. But again, it is high. And as you can see, they've basically taken the animation from Kazuya's 4-4-2, basically, and they've just mirrored it onto the left arm. But okay, she's the mother of Kazuya, I get it. But yes, +7. So this is where obviously you're going to want to duck, and she can mix it up with while running 2, which is, you know, safe. At what? -4, I think? -4. But the Lightning Flash, it gives you a huge +7, but as you can see, the pushback is enormous. So it's like, god damn it, we can't really utilize that +7. But just like the while running 2, that also has quite some pushback. This is basically to, if I can do it. Well, I don't know what this is. As soon as I record for YouTube, I swear, I can't do anything. It's like I'm really good at these. Sometimes. But basically, what they do is they push your opponent towards the wall. As you can see. And here, obviously, she has some crazy stuff at the wall. And strong wall damage, wall pressure overall. So basically, okay, Lightning Flash, +7 with lots of pushback. We can't really utilize that +7. But yes, as soon as you have them at the wall, that +7, it's literally point blank. And suddenly, you know, you're in a very good situation. So the Lightning Flash is going to be really, really annoying to deal with. So yes, you know, this is a good new attack for Kazumi. It's definitely strong, I would say. And while running 2 has a damage increase. It went from 24 to 25. It's only 1 damage more, but we'll take everything we can get, obviously. Rage Drive fixed an issue where the second hit of a Rage Drive would do less damage than intended should it hit an opponent that's airborne, mid-air. Okay. And now some nerfs to key attacks. her standing 4. You probably know how strong her magic 4 is. 11 frame counter hit launcher, -9 on block, but good range. It's one of her best moves. Used to do 18 damage, now does 15. So it's -3 damage. A big deal. Again, nerfed low pokes, down back 3, -2 damage. Used to do 14, now does 12. And then down back 4 has such an interesting story, and you could almost do an entire video on down back 4 alone. You'll notice now that on normal hit, +4, on counter hit, +4. So now all you get is more damage, 3 damage more. In Season 3, this used to counter hit, you know, stun, like, for a +17, just like Kazuya's done like for on counter hit. Like, you know, +17, you can do whatever you want. In Season 2 and Season 1, you'll probably remember this used to knock down for a guaranteed down 2 when they're grounded. Used to knock down on counter hit. In arcades, this actually gave a different kind of knockdown where she could actually, in many instances, pick up for a full combo. It's like you have no idea what this move started out as and the journey it's had until today, where it's a completely different attack. Where they started out, this move did more damage, had more frames, had a counter hit effect where she could pick up for a combo. And then it had damage nerfs, frame nerfs, and they nerfed the counter hit effect so she only got a down 2. And then they were like, oh, that's still too good. They nerf it again, where suddenly on counter hit, +17. And then they nerf it yet again. And now on counter hit, it's like, she should still only get +4. Just like a normal hit. Isn't that really, really interesting? The idea they had for this attack. And then years later, they decide like, okay, well, this should just only be +4 on counter hit. Honestly, I find that so interesting. But so yes, that has been nerfed. Forward 3 has got lower range to make it more consistent in combos. This is great. And also to tag, you know, opponents using attacks where they crouch very low. Fearless Warrior, it now has a knockdown on the 1+2. So that's a new counter hit effect. So you can now chain a while running 2 for 44 damage. Fearless Warrior 3 now knocks down like this. And this is where I have to say I'm a little bit confused, so I'd love to get some help from Kazumi fanatics. Didn't this like used to counter hit launch? Or am I mistaken? Is this like a big nerf? Do help me out here. And then Fearless Warrior 3+4 saw a damage nerf on the first hit. Used to do 8, and now it does 7. Still remains an amazing wall travel tool, and Kazumi has some of the best wall travel in the game. It's really good. So just a slight damage nerf on that. Interestingly, down 1 on counter hit, and this is something I learned here, used to make it so that the opponent on this counter hit effect couldn't buffer attacks. Meaning that King here, if he was struck by this on counter hit, during that recovery, he couldn't buffer a giant swing. It just didn't work. And this is obviously not intended, and they fixed this. Honestly, I didn't even know about that. Down back 1+2 has a new hit effect. Now it forces crouch, as you can see. It didn't used to do that, I guess. Again, Kazumi fanatics, help me out here. But this, now we're getting to a really nice buff. Up forward 3-4 is now neutral on block. Used to be -7. And of course, she has follow-ups here. Different options. So this is really good. And I also have to stress that They also gave a move more range and more tracking. So they definitely want to see you use this more. So that's nice. Hop kick has increased lower range. This is a very good quality of life buff where this hop kick, you know, used to whiff on characters using very evasive attacks that usually have them ducking down a lot. This would be super inconsistent. So now way more consistent hitbox, but still remains a hop kick with very poor range. While standing free used to come out at 15 frames, now comes out at 14 frames. So this is now a very good 14 frame Punisher. You'll note the range there. Tiger comes flying in. Kablam! Meow! 35 damage. I can go into Fearless Warrior at +9 and get a mix-up. This is a really good buff, especially due to that magical range. Back 1+2 is her Super Power Crush Tiger Parry. Let's have Mr. King do an attack. Ah! Now that's 35 instead of 30. This is because the initial stun there, here, before the Tiger, that initial stun used to do no damage. It only stunned. Now it does 5, and then Tiger does 30 as usual. So this is a buff, and it also activates 5 frames faster. It activates 5 frames faster, and it also recovers 5 frames faster. So it's yeah, nothing like earth-shattering or mind-bending in terms of awesomeness, but still a buff, definitely. So that was Kazumi, nerf to Magic 4, Damage 3, Damage 4, some of her, you know, basic tools, but they've buffed Fearless Warrior. Again, I'm unsure of Fearless Warrior 3. I think that used to be a countered launcher, so I think that's a nerf. But that while running 1 is going to be pretty disgusting, like in terms of getting you towards the wall, and then the wall pressure. Should your opponent be like really good at instant while running 1s, like me, it's gonna be really disgusting at the wall. So, you know, some good stuff, some nerfs, but I mean, I'm very interested to hear in how the Kazumi community responds to this. So thank you for listening to my breakdown, and I hope you have a nice day. Take care.